We're back, Aglaya.
You should have come to me first, Finan.
Aggie, there's no need to scold Snowy. Akuma is currently in grave danger.
I know. It's beyond my imagination that the only two titans humankind can still rely on fell in such quick succession. I've never seen the golden thread pulled this taut, as if it could snap at any moment. Finan, tell us your plan. Time is of the essence.
This being is not just hunting titans, but taking the core flames too?
Yes, just like the Flame Chase journey is doing. Professor Anaxa thinks the Flame Reaver's arrival is likely a sign the Black Tide has spread further.
Regardless of whether you're right, this being is still far more aggressive than we expected.
I mean, in some ways, they are hastening finality. I still have no idea what the third path is, guys. Just throwing out names whenever I think of one.
But its madness is also an opportunity for us. If its goal is the core flame, then that means us humans can lure it into a trap. Anaxa had already left the Holy City with Cersei's core flame while we were on our way to the Abyss, so he can make preparations for the battlefield.
Tell me, what makes you think this won't end with us losing another core flame?
Because this time, the power from beyond the sky is also at our side.
Yeah, fine, and I was there last time too, okay? And it didn't go so great.
She is the key.
I have a Stellaron. Do we want to, like, get them to steal my Stellaron instead?
We need your other companion, too.
Ma'am. Do you mean me?
I see. Finan, that battlefield you mentioned. Is it Castrum Kremnos?
Yes. I'm sure everyone remembers the astonishing miracle our partner here performed with her companion during the battle with Nikador, and how they awakened Castrum Kremnos' past.
Do you, like, want us to go even further into the past and, what, get Nikador to help us fight? What are we doing?
That will be the key to our victory. We will use Orynyx's power to once again open a passage to the past and lure our enemy inside. Then, we'll seal the Flame Reaver in the maze of time.
Impressive. Orynyx has fallen, and Yanis's divine power already belongs to Akuma. Once we take back the core flame, the Swordmaster will have no means of escape.
But if we don't manage to take back the core flame, they'll be able to get out no problem because it's Orynyx's core flame.
It's very clever, using the element of surprise instead of brute strength. Can you do it, little one?
We just have to have faith.
Yeah.
Such enthusiasm. I'm glad to see you're confident. By the way, the Council of Elders declared a state of emergency when Treeby went missing. Kainos and her following have heard tell of the incident at the Grove, and are galvanizing support in secret. I fear she'll make her move before the next assembly of the citizens.
What are they plotting?
That short-sighted politician likely believes the Chrysos heirs have outlived their usefulness, and is making preparations for her next step. That ugly side of humanity is something we'll have to deal with eventually. But that's a problem for another day. I've sent Castorus ahead to the council with a message. She should be able to keep the situation under control for the time being. Kleinen, it is my hope that we can come to an understanding on this. We must take down the Flame Reaver in one go and retrieve the core flame, and in doing so, grant ourselves an advantage against the Council of Elders.
Because then we can walk up to the council and be like, look, we got 3 core flames in like 2 months. This is great progress, guys. Nothing to worry about here.
Of course. You may count on me to lead the charge.
I apologize for tasking you to spearhead the plan once again, but Akima is currently beset by enemies from within and without. The situation brooks no delay, and we have precious little time to confer and discuss the plan with you. That being said, you are the key to our success, and I shall respect any decision you make.
I may not be as masterful as Trian when it comes to the Century Gate, but even I can open a nice big gate if I have enough time.
As for whether we can take back the core flame, that will be up to Anaxa's capabilities.
Based on what I know of him, he can do it.
How do we guarantee specifically my safety and nobody else's?
I'll be honest, we can't. But the Flame Reaver will have to step over my dead body if they wish to do you harm.
Let's not get to that point, okay? Dan Hong has said similar things. You know, back in the old prison. I'm not leaving them behind. We're just gonna all face it together, and if we wipe, we wipe. I guess I die again.
We are grateful to you for your aid, and to the rest of you as well. Now, let us be off to begin the hunt. May Cathali sharpen our gaze and grant us victory over the enemy.
You mean Mighty? He's dealing with a different problem.
Yeah, he's got a lot of personal stuff going on.
Don't worry, that man would never miss out on this fight.
Or is he powering up?
Farewell, my dear friend. You must lead us back home.
You and I, we're both the same. We feast on strife and fear.
If you're truly capable of leading our people beyond this blood-stained fate, then prove it to me once more, Mighty Mos.
You have to be in control of the Strife instead of letting the Strife control you. And then you'll figure everything else out from there.
I knew you'd be here.
I heard you're about to set off on an expedition.
That's right. It's going to be a tough battle, and our destination is... turns out to be Castrum Kremnos.
Is that why you're here? To pray to the dead Nikador?
No, just the opposite. I'm here to tell you, you can entrust the front lines to us this time. You can't afford to lose your upcoming battle either.
Have you heard the story of Geocles the Mountain Breaker?
Sounds like you've spoken with Cartonus. That's the name of the legendary mountain dweller, right?
Let's have a chat before we go our separate ways. Cartonus told me that back in ancient times, the mountain dwellers lived in seclusion. They spent their days quarrying and gathering, living a simple and peaceful life away from strife. But Geocles was different. He resisted their traditional way of life, yearning for the world beyond the mountain. They're safe, but humdrum culture was like fetters around him.
He sounds a lot like you.
Yeah, you know, just opposite direction. He's like, I wish we weren't always fighting.
Yes, that is why he too faced the same dilemma as I do. One day, during one of Geocles' many ventures beyond the mountain, he spied a battalion of Ladonians stationed at the foot of the mountain. The Ladonians were at war with their archenemies, the Companions, and they used the mountain as a base to carry out guerrilla warfare operations. When Geocles, who had taught himself the common tongue, approached a soldier, he learned a shocking piece of news. The Ladonians were planning to plant mines and explosives all over the mountain, and then lure their enemies within. With danger lurking with every step, the mountain dwellers' homes were no longer safe. Geocles quickly returned to his village to bring the news to his people. But
Let me guess. They refused change and chose to put up with the situation instead.
They didn't want to fight, so they said, well, if our mountains get exploded, I guess that's just life.
that's right. The mountain dwellers were fearful of even the smallest change to their lifestyle, let alone leaving their home. Despite the imminent war, the elders would rather negotiate for peace instead of leaving the mountains. This made Geocles both angry and sad. But he didn't give up. If you were in his shoes, what would you have done?
Lead my people on a resistance, perhaps. I'm not sure. I can't think of a solution that would make everyone happy.
A solution that would make everyone happy, huh? That's how naive we are. Well, let me tell you what Geocles did. He took the mountain dwellers' store of gemstones and traded them with the Ladonians for a massive amount of gunpowder. But he didn't do this to fight the Companions. Under the cover of night, he set ablaze the forest surrounding the settlement, forcing his people to flee the mountain.
Literally took matters into his own hands. Like, oh, you don't want to leave? I'm gonna make you leave.
That great fire marked the beginning of mountain dweller history. Since then, their people became part of civilization, and giants became a common sight in the holy city. Meanwhile, that mountain they once lived in has turned into little more than foam inside the black tide.
But leaving their homeland also brought many mountain dwellers misfortune.
They were hunted by Kremnoans or enslaved. Indeed, that is undeniably also part of their history. But that is Geocles for you. The merits of his actions, or lack thereof, have been scrutinized by many, but historians nevertheless hail him as the Mountain Breaker. Why do you think that is?
Because for good or for bad, he took a stand and made a change.
It's simply because he took action and enacted change with his own hands. He didn't try to make everyone understand him, nor did he even waste time trying to make everyone happy. He started a great fire and burned the shackles of tradition to ashes. And then forced everyone to march toward the coming of a new era.
You've made up your mind, haven't you?
I'll be leaving Akama soon to fight the great darkness of this world, and to shoulder Nikador's destiny. So, listen well. If there comes a day when we meet again on the battlefield, that I stand opposed to the flame chase,
You better kill me good.
remember to stab your sword into my back through my 10th thoracic vertebra. That's my weak spot. And the only way to kill me.
My Achilles heel, by which I mean my Deimos' spinal cord, doesn't have as nice of a ring to it.
You have my word.
Go now. The battlefield calls. Send that flame-thieving hyena to their death. But if you find yourselves with no other recourse, pray to that blade in the sky.
And maybe I'll come help you.
Loudly call out the name of the new god.
That's the sound of an all-out war. Not the kind of ruckus Professor Anaxa can raise on his own. Let's hurry. The battlefield is just ahead. No way. A Kremnoan?
You guys helping out? Thank you.
I didn't think she'd manage to send the Kremnoans to assist. Brave warrior, what's the situation on the front line?
Nakaman, why are you here?
What? Didn't Aglaya tell you? We have been instructed to assist you in trapping the Flame Reaver.
Aglaya, that vile usurper. I spit on her name.
Listen, buddy, we're not here to steal your city. We're here to kill an enemy.
Our king will be back soon. He'll be able to deal with you and that black robe.
Listen, how long have you guys been living in Alchemist and you still have this much hatred and distrust in your hearts? It's ridiculous.
The Kremnoans really are just like their king. Rest in peace. May your glory last forever. Did they come to fight on their own accord? Or...
I can still fight. You must become king.
Listen, do you think Mighty's gonna be happy if, like, all of his citizens die while he's doing the Nikador trial?
That sound!
We're almost there.
I can't see.
Once we take back the core flame, Yanis's passage will open. When that happens, you must evacuate immediately. Don't stay behind. The rest will be up to how well we work together.
But remember what Mighty said before? Cast aside all distractions once you're on the battlefield. Let's go, partner. Today, destiny shall stand with us!
Finally!
Pent in the memories of the dead! Executioner!
You sure know how to keep a man waiting.
Listen.
Any later, and I fear the Titan would have sacrificed me.
Listen.
Frail child of humanity, 'tis more effort keeping you hale and whole against that blade than it is in seeking the truth of the world.
Damn, Cersei's. You're still in there, huh? Fair enough.
Mortal form will watch over you and guide you on your path. Serenity is before me.
Show no mercy. Conflict is pitiless.
There's more to life.
Tormented doubt, farewell.
Here is thunder!
Hedge your bets.
Enjoying yourself?
Watch your head.
Some value, I suppose.
Time. Show no mercy.
Get ready, Croc.
At long last.
Century Gate, open!
How embarrassing.
You didn't come down from the sky?
This city is mine anyway. So why shouldn't I go through the front door? Minion of the Black Tide. I, King of the Kremnos Legion, will be your opponent today.
Long time no see, Mikador.
Cersei's just like, well, here we are again.
In this mortal form, I will walk with you, watch over you, and guide you on your path.
I don't like that he's charging up like
The dice
that.
have been cast.
Bad news.
Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off. Serenity stands clear before me.
There's no time to lose. Conflict is pitiless.
Well, I guess you're just gonna die, sir.
Time for the master stroke. Radiant spirit. Heed my word. Show no mercy!
I wanted to recharge the R, but we're not gonna get there.
You'll do.
Here is thunder!
Tormented doubt, farewell.
Wait. For the final 1%. Get him, Mighty.
Such petty tricks.
It's time to end this.
Strife, heed my call! I am the Lance of Fury. The agony this world needs!
You're gonna rain blood forever.
Witness this. New god has come to Castrum Kremnos.
The warriors have returned!
Bruh, that was badass. Oh, it's a good thing you own this city, because you roughed it up pretty good.
What? Are the rumors true? Has Oryx fallen?
It's as the Council of Elders said. We face a dangerous threat. Yet the Chrysos heirs are only inciting more chaos. They don't care about the people's safety.
Yes, we don't care about your safety, which is why we went to hunt down a madman.
They really gave the core flame of Strife to a Kremnoan at the end.
You realize that, oh, like, none of the, like, flame chases are from Akama, basically, you know? So, no matter who the core flame went to, it wouldn't be one of your exalted citizens.
What a noisy crowd.
This, doesn't feel right.
It's probably because Oryx is gone.
And the council's being a little gossip-mongering shitster.
Oryx was a generous titan in the eyes of the people. They graced us with miracles, allowing humanity to reap many a convenience from the past.
What they don't know is that the Titan didn't do all of that of its own volition.
Yeah, we were kind of forcing them to help us.
Regardless, the Titan has fallen, and we must surrender Oryx's core flame.
A meeting with that woman again so soon? I just can't catch a break.
Professor Anaxa, why don't you find someplace to rest first?
You've still got a lot of essence of Circe's in your veins, because she keeps coming out to say hi.
Matters that require Aglaya's attention are piling up. You two meeting again will, forgive my honesty, only distract her.
Listen, any excuse he has not to go see her, he will take.
Just try to stay on your best behavior, if you know what I mean.
That's not up to me, I'm afraid. I've been trapped in her prison the moment I set foot in this holy city. The price of having a Titan living in my head, I suppose. Don't worry, I don't want trouble either.
He's kind of eccentric. He's just doing his own thing.
They have differences in ideology. Alright, I suppose that's putting it lightly. Don't worry, you'll figure out the intricacies of these relationships sooner or later.
I'm sure you don't need my help handling Oryx's core flame. So I'll be off. I have some personal matters to attend to.
It somehow feels like D has closed himself off even more after he completed his trial.
Yeah, a lot has happened in the past few days. You've been lost in thought for a while now too, Treeby. Did Trinon bring news?
Yes. She has found Trian. She was at the bottom of the valley outside the temple, but that's where the good news ends.
Yeah, we found her, but she's not, you know, not in a good way.
I'm sorry.
It's alright. They also found someone else besides Trian. He was no better than a corpse when Trinan and Hyacinth arrived. He had suffered more cuts than could be counted and leaped off a cliff from a great height, all to free Trian's body from the clutches of the black-robed swordmaster.
Huh. What a madman. I mean, kudos, but what?
What a brave soul. Do we know who he is?
Yes. It's Krateros.
Oh, damn. I guess the man was feeling a little bit guilty. Because, he's the reason they all went out there, because they promised to show him the prophecy, because he was being a brat about it.
want this girl dead, you'll have to kill me first.
How ludicrous. Your body made of flesh and blood as it is will not survive more than a single strike from me.
Better to die in battle than return even in glory. As a Kremnoan, I know not the fear of death.
She's lost her divinity. I have no interest in an empty shell. But answer me this, child of strife. Why do you raise your shield for her?
As the leader of the God Shield Brigade's elite, I protected the king against the Black Tide with this very shield. And I've done this over and over, hundreds and thousands of times. A pathetic killer like you could never understand the weight it bears.
Pity. And crumble like rusted iron.
Good! Supreme glory shall be mine, as I indulge in the libations and incense offered by my descendants.
Yeah, okay, but low-key also, he was really annoyed about all the peace talk, so if he had a chance to go into battle, he was gonna take it.
Come! Let us fight! For Kremnos! For my king! For Amphoreus!
We foresaw this cruel parting 1,000 years ago. Today is but a reminder of that bitter taste.
But Lady Aglaya, I don't understand. It wasn't life itself that Lady Trian lost.
Yeah, but only divinity is keeping them in all of their myriad separate forms and sustaining those different bodies. So without the divinity...
Why does she look like she really turned into a doll? I don't understand.
Don't be sad, Hyacinth. Trian has used up her borrowed time from Yanis, that's all. Her spirit is now riding the west wind, flying ahead to a world free of sorrow.
If a world like that truly exists, does that mean everyone from the Grove is there too?
It exists, Hyacinth. Do you not remember? The prophecy that guides the Chrysos heirs is the voice of Kefili before it fell silent.
Well, sure, but if that prophecy is also talking about the same place Trinan just mentioned, then the prophecy just means that you're all going to die, actually. Because, the happy place for all the people in the Grove are is the afterlife.
It loves all of its creations dearly, and would never bear to lead us astray with lies. What about the Kremnoan veteran? How is he doing?
The Twilight Courtyard has done all we can. Even so, we've only managed to keep him from breathing his last.
And I imagine he'll have some mixed feelings about that if he regains consciousness.
I had to use the Sky Priest's techniques to help him to walk again. But if light ever disappears from Akama for good... No. Let's hope that never happens.
parting hour is upon us. Yet the golden thread runs slack. The heroes have returned with their spoils. Everyone, please take this opportunity to rest and prepare for what awaits us. You've returned unscathed and brought tidings of triumph. Truly a moment worthy of celebration.
It's incredible to think that we returned Nikador's core flame not so long ago. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that you and your friend's arrival has melted the glaciers of history.
We've melted a real glacier before, kind of. Yeah, 1,000 years of stagnant progress, and then you just need some new variables.
You could say this is the true face of history. It slumbered for 1,000 years, only to awaken for this one moment. Alas, now is not the time for a study of history. I do not see a Naxa around. Was this under your instructions, Finan?
Listen, did you really want to talk to him right now, Aglaya?
Yes. It just seems much more efficient than letting you two go at it endlessly.
A rash decision. After all, he still bears a core flame with him. I do concur with your assessment of efficiency, though. Now, let us table the issue concerning him for the moment. The more urgent matter is the core flame of Orynyx. The Chrysos heirs had initially crafted a plan regarding the order to return the core flames. For titans like Orynyx and Circes, who harbor no intentions of harming humanity, our strategy entailed assuming their divinity only at the very end. But this unforeseen turn of events has thrown everything into disarray.
If we don't return the core flames to the vortex of Genesis, and we leave the Titan's divine positions vacant, we can't even begin to imagine the disaster that would follow.
Yeah, but that means you need to rethink your plans and see if you have anyone who suits Orynyx.
But the most pressing issue at hand is that we haven't found the Chrysos heir capable of bearing Orynyx's divinity.
Finan, Castrus, Mighty, and Hyacinth. Trebe and I devoted a millennium scouring the world, only to find these few people. Only a chosen few possess the capacity to assume divinity, the elite among the Chrysos heirs. We would never hastily extend our invitation without first verifying their potential to bear such power.
Wait, so like, does that mean there's Chrysos is top tier, the ones who will actually become demigods, and then like lower tier Chrysos is who are just, what, helping out but aren't allowed to take on a core flame? It's a weird way of phrasing it, Aglaya.
Yet we cannot compel anyone into divinity, as it would be no different from sentencing them to the gallows.
Truly a dilemma.
Yeah. How about letting her give it a try?
You're okay with sentencing me to the gallows? I mean, technically, Orynyx was somewhat not fond of me, but at the very least, the most willing to talk to me of all people. And Mem is here.
Mem special, mem. Memmy mem.
I see the Reaper has forsaken you too, teacher.
It simply put my life in the hands of the Twilight Courtyard. That priest girl's medical talents are truly exceptional. She might be far from the ordinary girl we envisioned. But this isn't about me, Mighty Mos. I saw it. You finally decided to embrace your own fate.
But not the fate that you want for him, the fate that he decides for himself.
The power of Strife is stirring a tempest within me as we speak. My bones have turned into steel, and my blood is seething in a blaze. Past rulers of Kremnos could only aspire to this might, yet I have merged with it. I've made history, and henceforth divinity and kingship shall coexist as one.
Indeed, you've realized the aspirations of every former king of Kremnos.
This isn't about them. Stop making it about them.
And now, you can at last bring our people home and reforge the glory of Kremnos.
Unfortunately, I harbor no such desire.
What? What do you mean by that?
Listen, he's the king, and he's a god now. He doesn't have to listen to what you want him to do. He's got his own life to live. And he doesn't want all of his people being all war hungry and getting themselves killed.
Over 2 millennia passed. Devotees of Nikador's might banded together beneath their feet and erected a city of their own. Ever since then, Kremnoans have served as the blades wielded by the god of war, following the Titan's path in its conquest. Yet, gazing upon our history through the lens of my newfound divinity, I now see it with unprecedented clarity. This history is sheer absurdity and inferiority. People surge onto the battlefield like ants, plundering and slaying for their own greed, only to be trampled upon like ants. The city and the beliefs that Kremnoans hold so dearly, alongside the supposed tradition, mere anthills that could be crushed with a single touch in the eyes of the Titan.
You! Are you trying to strip Kremnoans of the pride we've amassed over thousands of years with mere words?
You need to learn how to have pride in living a good life and being peaceful and just surviving, okay? It doesn't have to be about killing people and also getting killed. Since, you know, apparently your whole saying, better to die on the battlefield than to return even if you win. Which basically means every time you go out to fight, you should die.
That pride holds little significance, Krateros. Now that I've assumed the divinity of Strife, my next step will be to renounce the title of king.
And yes, this is how you destroy old King Europon's legacy of Kremnos. It's not just killing him. You absolutely destroy the concept of the King of Kremnos.
No. No!
Convey my message to every Kremnoan. This is an order.
You have no king, and you never will, ever again.
Do not do this, Mighty Mos. I beg you.
Our history commenced in the year 2506 of the Light Calendar, concluded in the year 4931. I, Mighty Mos, last king of Castrum Kremnos, son of Gorgo, do hereby proclaim the Kremnoan dynasty comes to an official close today.
You have killed us. You have killed us all.
You guys were gonna go and get yourselves killed anyway. Boo-hoo.
No. I am granting you a new beginning.
What is this?
My mother's signet ring. It served as a symbol of kingship. And I now imbue it with a fresh significance. Take it, and rally those who have lost their identities. Convey the words of Midimos, now ascended to divinity. You no longer need to chase fleeting honors or face death on the battlefield as if it were your sole destination. However, you must adapt to fit into the city you once observed with indifferent eyes.
Because everyone's just been, like, living here, like, not even trying to integrate, because they're like, we're just here temporarily until Mighty finally decides to take us home to our run-down, broken, overrun, you know, enemy-filled homeland, where we all definitely want to be forever.
A cruel fate awaits Amphoreus. No matter how illustrious a dynasty may seem, it crumbles to rubble and gravel before formidable foes. Yet, you shall tread the only path out, one that leads to a brand new world at its end.
Why task me with being your messenger? Why not explain all this to them yourself?
Because only humans can guide the path to be trodden by humans. It's not the lot of humans who crave the power of gods and spiral into madness for it. But humans who stand ready to raise their shields high to protect the lives behind them.
I failed to save that child.
That is irrelevant. As demigods, they have long been prepared for it. What truly matters is that you showed up there and shielded her.
The one who persuaded Aglaya to set me free that night. Was that you, Midimos?
Yes.
She's not one to easily make a concession. What did you offer her?
I staked my mother's name to guarantee the integrity of your soul to her. And I promised her that I would dedicate all I have to the Flame Chase journey.
And what is next, Midimos? Where will you be headed now?
To the place where I belong, to fulfill my promise.
A, gotta make sure that guy never breaks out of that blood prison I put him in. B, time to go fight the Black Tide.
The madness that has plagued Nikador and the darkness that has consumed Amphoreus. It's now my turn to fight against it.
You're here, Midimos. It seems that you are prepared.
Yes.
You aided Akuma through yet another trying ordeal, and my gratitude knows no bounds.
Isn't that exactly what you wanted?
Not everything unfolds according to my plan. In the current state of the world, I can only proceed one step at a time. Furthermore, you are ready to dedicate all that you have, regardless of the promise you made to me, aren't you?
Throughout my time in the Holy City, I've gleaned valuable lessons from you. Strategy, leadership, and adaptability to change. Yet, it's only recently that I've come to realize the truly remarkable quality you possess.
And what is it?
It's the magnetic allure in your presence. It draws people to gather around you willingly, to seek your guidance. They strive not to disappoint you, not due to fear of repercussions, but out of sincere alignment with your ideals. That is precisely what every ruler of King of Kremnos has been missing.
I am truly honored to hear that. And now, Idamos, you have risen as the most powerful demigod in the world. How do you intend to wield this newfound power?
I shall see Nikador's aborted mission through to completion, and become the strongest bulwark for Amphoreus to defend against the Black Tide. I will secure enough time for the Flame Chase journey, until you manage to lead everyone to reach the miracle of Genesis.
And also, I already told Finan how to kill me if I get overwhelmed by the Black Tide madness, so, just fingers crossed that it doesn't come to that.
Idamos, a new chapter awaits Amphoreus. Yet, the one who guides the people to the destination need not be you and I.
Huh. What did you see after assuming Nestia's divinity?
Despite the passage of 1,000 years, every word of that prophecy remains as vivid as ever. You shall have your final bath in warm and radiant gold.
Which could mean you will die in Godblood, because, you know.
Just as cryptic as all the other prophecies.
Or hey, maybe you'll find that mystical Arcadia.
What's the reason for the laughter?
I was just thinking, if an ordinary person encountered these words, they would probably stay away from the baths for the rest of their life.
That's certainly what old King Europon would have done. He would have destroyed the bathhouse, in fact. He would have said, no more baths, baths are outlawed. And then he would have tripped and fell into, like, a river or something and then died.
But I cannot forgo the delightful experience a bath offers. So, I assume you also glimpsed yours, Idamos?
One day, you shall die with a wound in your back.
So Finan is going to have to end you.
Well, that is a rather straightforward scenario.
If I were to be terrified by drivel with no basis, I would not have attracted your gaze and joined the Flame Chase journey in the first place.
You speak the truth. May you be destined for a powerful fate, and may we reunite in the promised new world.
Yes, I'm not sure how you're gonna do that if you're both dead, unless the new world is the afterlife, but, good luck.
Farewell, mighty.
Is Lady Trebios not here?
Lord Mighty!
Hyacinth. So you are the physician Krateros spoke of. It's no wonder then that he was pulled back from the brink of death. You have my gratitude.
I can take that as a compliment, right?
I've heard about what happened at the Grove. I'm deeply sorry for your loss.
I've heard far too much about death and grief recently. To quote Lady Treeby, we should all focus on tomorrow, shouldn't we?
That's a valid point. You've always been the most optimistic one among us.
Well, I must say, it feels quite incredible to see a new demigod standing right before me.
You should prepare yourself as well. Humanity has already taken hold of Strife, and one day, it will also reach the sky.
We'll figure out how to get Aquila one day. We have to, it's mandatory.
Do you really believe I can do it? Even my ancestor, that hero of legends, couldn't conquer the core flame of Aquila.
Given your good rapport with the demigods, you should know that the path to assuming divinity is never limited to swords and spears.
You've always been so perceptive, Lord Mighty. Rest assured, if fate has truly selected me, I'll be ready. Right. You are here looking for Lady Treeby and Lady Trina, no? They're not around at the moment. Is there a message you'd like me to pass on to them?
No need. I've already bid farewell to Aglaya. Meeting with the Oracle is simply a matter of courtesy.
You've bid farewell?
I'm heading back to Castrum Kremnos to fight against the Black Tide. In all likelihood, I will never again return to Akuma.
Oh.
On second thought, there is something that I'd like you to help me convey to them.
I'm all ears, Lord Mighty. I'll make sure to convey every single word.
Tell them that there is no longer a need to send scouts behind enemy lines. With a single message, the Lance of Fury will target anyone who dares oppose Akuma.
Lord Mighty.
I'll be embracing my destiny before you do, Castorus.
Can you feel Thanatos right now?
I don't feel them at all, regrettably. You have been painstakingly seeking that Titan for so long. Have you ever considered reaching out to me for help?
You mean...
Death refused to ferry me. If you were to send me to the Netherrealm, I may uncover clues along the way back.
Yeah, Death literally spat me back out. He said, I don't want you, get out.
I would never do that, Lord Mighty. Death is not a game.
You're right. That may very well be the reason why my people have struggled for millennia. They underestimated the significance of death.
So, are you returning home alone, Lord Mighty?
Returning home, you say? Maybe. At this moment, Castrum Kremnos is not just my birthplace, but also my fated destination. Work harder, Castorus. Go and do what you have to do, so that the trials we have endured may have meaning.
I will, Lord Mighty. May we reunite on the other side, where the warm west wind blows.
The King of Kremnos, without the signet ring, but looking more like a king now.
I'm no longer the king, Grand Craftsman.
Matters not the title. Surpassed all former kings your achievements have.
I will honor your trust and liberate the world from the clutches of fear. Nevertheless, I must request that you continue to watch over Phainon, Cartonis. I have a feeling that his fate will weigh heavier than all of ours combined.
Listen, there's a reason we keep calling him the Deliverer, and it's not just like as a funny haha joke.
Keep Phainon in mind, I will. Return to your home, brave king. Together with everyone, I shall remain here. That thunder from Castrum Kremnos we wait to hear.
Yes, hi, hello, I'm breaking into your room.
Outlanders? No. Trailblazers. I will soon make my way to Castrum Kremnos. If all goes according to plan, this may be our final meeting. I just want to let you know that I appreciate everything you have done for Amphoreus.
Yeah, Dan Hong's been there for sure.
That It means a lot to me. May success accompany your trailblazing wherever it leads.
Listen, she's expressing a lot with that face, okay? She doesn't have to talk.
How about you let me guess what's on your mind?
I think she'll say something absolutely ridiculous. Well, you know, Trash Panda.
Are you drafting a sentimental farewell speech?
Just smile if you don't know how to respond. Just smile and nod. Sometimes she says stuff and you just gotta go with it.
Now that I bear the divine within me, I can get the vague feeling that you have a great significance for the future of Amphoreus. With this departure, I fear that I will never again return. Can I entrust you both to watch my back? And to continue supporting the Flame Chase journey in my absence?
Don't worry, Mighty. We got this.
You have my gratitude. Then, farewell. Yes.
Hey, come on, take a photo for the memory books, okay? I'm never gonna see you again. Let's take a photo.
Sure, let's do it.
And March would never forgive me if I saw a hot man and didn't take a photo of him.
Well, feels peculiar, I suppose. I'm not talking about your photographic skills. It's just that I rarely take photos. But this one, it's pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad.
I wish the same for you during your time in Amphoreus.
The prince is here! Run! Hold on! Lord Mightimos isn't the prince anymore. He's now the guardian of Amphoreus!
But
What's
still
going
run!
on?
Still run away!
We salute the guardian of Amphoreus!
Oh, everyone's in the plaza.
We salute you.
Aww.
Farewell, Savior of Kremnos.
Goodbye, everybody.
It's been a while, Guardian.
I should have known you were the mastermind behind this.
Look at that smug smile.
Hey, don't go pointing fingers without cause. I swear I'm innocent this time. See those kids over there? They're the ones who brought everyone together.
I admit, that took me by surprise.
Were you seriously just going to sneak off without a word with me?
I was looking for you.
Well, I was actually on my way to bid farewell to you, but ended up running into this.
Oh, that's quite an honor, I suppose. We better not leave them waiting too long, don't you think?
The road to Castrum Kremnos from here is long. Perhaps it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a moment and etch their faces in my memory one last time.
Okay, boys. See you later.
I think I see more than just the Kremnoans here.
You're now the guardian of Amphoreus, after all.
Have a safe journey.
You're our hope. Farewell, Mighty Mouse.
Aw, goodbye.
I'm thinking maybe it's about time the god of Strife gets a new name. How about the god of solidarity or preservation?
Oh.
Dong Han mentioned that one to me.
Do you want to be the new
I
Papa?
recommend that you steer clear from any situation that calls for naming things.
I suppose Strife still fits you better. All right. It's about time for us to part ways. Any final goodbyes you want to share? This might be your last chance. Why so quiet? I thought divinity would wash away some of your sentiments.
Do you truly feel as carefree as you seem? Or is this just a facade you wear?
You know what? You sound just like a Gly at this moment. But you're not off the mark. I just thought that putting on a nonchalant front for this occasion might help us preserve some dignity.
But hey, if you want to cry and hug it out, I'm here for it.
I can see through your deception, even without the power of mind reading.
Am I really that terrible at controlling my facial expressions?
You just have, like, sad puppy energy sometimes, you know?
Well, with that said, thank you for aiding me in defeating my archenemy, Mightimos.
No need to thank me. This triumph brings no delight, nor does it signify closure. You understand that more than me.
Indeed. In the end, I still haven't unraveled the mystery behind that black-robed swordmaster. And I can't even ascertain their demise. Maybe I've never managed to cut off my destiny.
But that matters not. Pain may be cured, but scars remain. This should not be effaced. Even with the divine might of Ornyx, you cannot stop the past from leaving its marks in our blind spots. Can you genuinely let go of everything as soon as that swordmaster is dead? That's impossible. Revenge is merely an obligation that must be carried out, and no one can find mental fulfillment through it.
Yeah, especially someone like Phynon who seems to be, like, only pushing through life because he has goals and purpose. So if he completes one of his purposes, then he's just cast adrift again.
You're right.
Look forward. Chew up and swallow your past. And make sure emptiness and bitterness are not the only flavors you know. Remember that there is a whole world behind you waiting to be saved.
I will keep that in mind.
I have a final favor to ask. Please look after the Kremnoan warriors in my absence. They will undoubtedly face challenges while assimilating into Akama. It is my sole regret that I cannot stand by them during this time.
Do not worry. Leave it to me. And, while I'm at it, I'm going to find out if the Kremnoan language is really missing that many words.
I'm gonna get someone to teach me the Kremnoan language, and then one day I'm gonna come find you and make fun of you for all those words you said you didn't have words for that you definitely have words for.
The Kremnoan philosophy can never be encapsulated in a mere dictionary.
Gotta find a new way to deflect.
But if there's a chance in the next life, you should come visit my library. I'll be on my way, Deliverer. Remember to stay alive till the final act.
Yes. Same goes for you. Don't die too easily. May triumph always be yours, Mightimos.
Oh, right. One last question.
Go ahead. You better not leave any regrets behind.
Are you the one who told Cartonis about the signet ring?
Well... who knows?
Who could say?
Get up, my son. You showed great courage in today's training. Let's wrap it up for now.
Yes, Mother. Mother, there's something I want to ask you.
Did she, like, train him in the afterlife or something? Because didn't Europon chuck him into the sea when he was a literal baby?
What is it, Mightimos?
Why must we learn to fight?
It is for glory and honor, my son. For Kremnoans, mastery of swords and spears is ingrained from birth. And the battlefield is our destined end.
Is that really
the way it is, Mother?
What makes you say so?
Because you don't sound entirely sure.
You're right, Mightimos. I once believed those words, without question. Until your father cast you into the Sea of Souls. It was at that moment I realized how everything I believed in was utterly hollow. Perhaps the spirit of Kremnos had once existed. But as greed bloomed in the hearts of humanity over the years, such spirit had long faded alongside our glory. I no longer put my faith in any oath or doctrine. Now I have just one role. That of your mother, Mightimos. Your guardian.
That dream always ends there. The journey back to Castrum Kremnos is proving to be longer than expected. Krateros said that shortly after my fall into the sea, my mother challenged my father to a duel. She died through father's treachery, and I never saw her face. Yet each night she would show up, waiting by the flickering firelight. I always anticipated the sequel to that dream, believing she had more words of wisdom or guidance to offer. But now, I think I finally come to understand. That is all she wished to tell me. And now, I too am left with but one role. It is time for this journey to reach its end.
Look! Mightimos is back!
Nah. Everyone who died once upon a time.
Glory belongs to you!
We've got fresh pomegranate juice. Want to try some?
Back!
We meet again, Your Highness.
Welcome back!
How was your training?
Ooh, say, come and check out what I just wrote.
Come check out my sick new poem.
You're looking well.
Mightimos! Did you just come back from training? May Nikador defend you!
It's been a
I'm
while.
gonna beat you at the festival.
Welcome home, Mightimos. Have you found something deserving of your protection as well?